Hey guys, this is Basketball Star 1130. Now I know I've been away from the channel for a little bit, but now that I'm now that I'm on winter break from my fall semester at college, I've been trying for a few months to decide where I want the channel to grow and how to grow the channel the best and how to land on a consistent upload schedule for YouTube. And I think I finally landed on, instead of like doing news videos and just random non-consistent video uploads, I think I'm finally landed on more discussion-based and theory videos about something I'm passionate and love to talk about, which is the NFL and specific players and their stories and maybe team stories behind the scenes. So without further ado, let's get into it. An example of that today is the Baltimore Ravens. I will be titling this video, the Baltimore Ravens are imploding, and here's why. The Baltimore Ravens are imploding because if you did not hear yesterday... Okay, first of all, let me preface this by saying I'm not bashing the Ravens. I'm just questioning their moves, not their moves. I'm just questioning their immediate future a little bit, and their near future for that matter. So, obviously, the last few weeks, Lamar Jackson's been injured. That's how it started it all. And Tyler Huntley came in, and Tyler Huntley's not going to be as good as Lamar Jackson, but let me get this in camera. I didn't think it was going to go from like Lamar up here to Tyler Huntley all the way down here all of a sudden in Crater, but unfortunately it has. I thought Huntley had some rushing upside ability. He hasn't really used that. The Ravens relied on their running backs, J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards. They've been very, very good, but they're going to get tired out very quickly because, as I'll mention in a minute, they don't have receivers. So let's get into that. Yesterday, so I'm recording this video on Wednesday, December 21st. So yesterday, Tuesday, December 20th, they placed Devin Duvernay on IR, injured reserve, if you don't know. If you don't know what that means, he sustained a foot injury in practice, a serious one, obviously, if it's IR. He has to miss a minimum of 4 games, and since they already played their Week 15 game, he'll miss Week 16, 17, 18, and this is significant. Wild card weekend of the playoffs, or super wild card weekend as it's called now, but first playoff game, if they even make it there. Because if they don't figure this stuff out, they're not going to make it. Because the Bengals are all but going to win that division. I think the Bengals clinch the AFC North if they win this Sunday. Which I forgot who the Bengals are playing, but I think I had my prediction in my head of them winning. I promise I did. I just didn't share it here. I forgot who they're playing. But I think the Bengals will, if they don't win this week, somehow they'll win the AFC North. So, and if the Ravens keep slipping up, you got the Chargers on their heels looking for playoffs. Even the Raiders are still alive to some extent. Even though I don't think the Jets will make it. They're still technically alive. The Jaguars, I'm in love with the Jaguars. I'll expand more of that on my podcast. By the way, I'll link it below. Podcast Around the Slice. Get it Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you find your podcasts. Whatever. Plug over. Anyway, I just wanted to get that in there quick. But yeah, those teams are creeping up on them if they don't watch out. So, yeah, and this is my main point in this video, they have no receivers. They already lost Rashad Bateman for the year. He only played like half the year. He went on IR week 8 or 9, I believe. Maybe even earlier, but it felt like forever ago. But week 8 or 9, I believe it was. Mark Andrews at tight end has not been producing because Tyler Huntley's QB play. Unfortunately, I wanted to like Tyler Huntley, and they would stay afloat, but it's been really bad. And Devin Duvernay placed an IR. So now, this is who you're relying on. Demarcus Robinson, who had one good week. James Prochet, who was a fourth-round pick a few years ago out of Kentucky. And Sammy Watkins, who was released from the Packers the other day. And get this, claimed by the Ravens yesterday. And sorry to burst anyone's bubble. Sorry to let you guys down. But if you don't know, Sammy Watkins isn't very good. He's injury-prone. There's a reason he's been on 4 teams. I think this might be the order. I think he went Bills, Ravens again, Rams, Chiefs, and now Ravens again. I think that's the order. Whatever it is, he's been in the league like 7 years. He's been on 5 teams. The minute he got drafted by the Bills, he sustained an injury in training camp, and all went downhill from there. He could have been a good player if he was healthy, but he can't stay healthy. So that's who you're relying on now. You're relying on James Prochet, Demarcus Robinson, and Sammy Watkins. If you even manage, like I said, to make the playoffs and start winning games here, You're not. I don't think. Actually, I know for a fact they won't win a playoff game because those wide receivers scare nobody. Let's think about the rest of the AFC defenses. Bills' defense is close to elite, maybe not their coverage, but Trey White is getting back to close to elite. Dane Jackson's let's be honest, Dane Jackson's really bad, but the Chiefs' corners are really bad, what they got over there, but those receivers, I mean, anybody could cover those receivers. Devin Duvernay was your last glimmer of hope, and now he's out for the rest of the season in the first game of the playoffs. So their run defense is really good. Their secondary is a little suspect. The Ravens too. It's a little shaky at times, a little dicey over there. So now, last main point I want to bring up. Now the Baltimore Ravens will have to rely on their run game, J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards, and they're going to get tired out eventually. And that defense is going to get tired out eventually. David Ojabo on the defense line, Tyus Bowser, all those guys, they're going to get tired out. Marcus Peters in the secondary, Marlon Humphrey, Kyle Hamilton. They have a good secondary on paper, just hasn't translated to wins apparently. But I blame this on the receivers. They need it. They're so bad. The receivers, they probably need to sign one in free agency and draft one in the draft. They could draft like Quentin Johnston and where they are, depending where they are in the draft, middle of the first round. But the free agent class for receivers, spoiler, isn't that good this offseason, so I don't know. The Baltimore Ravens are imploding. I'm going to end this video, but the Baltimore Ravens are imploding, mainly because they don't have receivers, and because of that, they're relying on, let's be honest, bottom-tier receivers. So those receivers don't scare anybody. If they even manage to make the playoffs, I know for a fact they won't win one. The defense will get worn out. Those running backs and Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins, even though they've been amazing, especially Dobbins, and his return from injury the last couple weeks, they're going to get tired out quickly. And then Tyler Huntley, he has nothing. He's been bad. To his credit, or in his defense, if you will, he's had nothing to work with. Mark Andrews hasn't had a touchdown since week 6. He hasn't gone over 60 receiving yards since week 8. So, yeah, I don't know. The Baltimore Ravens are imploding. They're spiraling, whatever adjective you want to use. So, anyways, guys, check out my podcast, please. Apple Podcast, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. Link will be down below. It's an Anchor podcast, so it's an Anchor website. And these videos are cool, I think, theories and discussions. I might have another video or two today. I'm shooting on winter break for multiple uploads a week, about 3 or 4. See how the schedule goes. Keep busy. Anyways, guys, I can't wait for the direction. I'm looking forward to the direction of this channel in the near future. Anyways, guys, thank you. This is Basketball Star 1130. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of the Baltimore Ravens' immediate future. Anyways, guys, I will see you on the next one. Bye.